Hey, what's up guys, Will here for GSM Arena. This is the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite 5G, not to be confused with the regular Mi 11 Lite. Besides the 5G network connectivity, what's the difference, and is this phone able to stand out from other popular mid-rangers from Xiaomi? Let's find out in our full review. The Mi 11 Lite 5G brings a sleek, no-nonsense glass design. Unlike most phones these days, the back isn't curvy but totally flat, giving the phone a slate-like appearance. It's basically the same looks-wise as the regular Mi 11 Lite, except that the 5G version has a matte finish. At least if you're confused, you can read the names on the back. The matte finish here is silky smooth, and the phone is super light for its size, just around 160 grams. The glossy plastic frame is rounded and offers a secure grip. Despite the quality looking build though, you won't get any waterproofing here, unlike some of Xiaomi's other mid-range phones. The Mi 11 Lite 5G's display is a 6.55-inch AMOLED with a 1080p resolution and a fast 90Hz refresh rate and 240Hz touch sampling rate to smooth out your swiping and scrolling. Unlike the regular Mi 11 Lite, the 5G version has HDR10+ support and is protected by Gorilla Glass 6, but otherwise the screens are the same. Content looks gorgeous on this contrasty AMOLED and plenty sharp, plus you have support for 10-bit color. And brightness is good. We measured a maximum of around 510 nits with the slider, and it boosts up to 840 nits in auto mode when out in bright sun. For audio, the Mi 11 Lite 5G has a pair of hybrid stereo speakers. There's a bottom-firing speaker, and the other doubles as the earpiece. The loudness is balanced though, and overall the phone earned a very good score on our loudness charts. The quality is decent with nice mids, but highs are lacking and there's almost no bass.
The absolute beginners came to Georgetown. They were wearing Harris tweed and pork pie hats.
There is no headphone jack on the Mi 11 Lite 5G or the 4G version either. You'll need to use a dongle or connect your headphones wirelessly. There is something like an always-on display here, showing you time and notifications without needing to unlock the phone. However, it'll only appear if you tap the screen, and then it'll disappear after a few seconds. Otherwise, you can just unlock the phone directly using the side-mounted fingerprint reader. It's blazing fast and responsive. And you get 128 or 256 gigs of storage on board, which is expandable via microSD. The interface of the Mi 11 Lite 5G is Xiaomi's MIUI 12 over Android 11. It's the same interface we've seen on Xiaomi phones for quite a while now. One cool feature is support for super wallpapers, which zoom and move as you navigate through different parts of the UI. You have support for an app drawer to hold and also organize all of your apps. And unlike other UIs, MIUI 12 can split your notification shade into a separate notification center and a control center. Since there's an IR blaster, you can use the Mi 11 Lite 5G to control certain appliances with. Plus, the Mi 11 Lite 5G has support for NFC for your contactless payments and connectivity. The biggest difference between the Mi 11 Lite 5G and the non-5G version is the chipset. This one runs on a powerful Snapdragon 780G chipset, which is built on a 5nm process and is the most powerful Snapdragon 700 series chip you can get. On paper, it really looks similar to what you'd find in a 2019 flagship. In CPU tests, the Mi 11 Lite 5G tops the mid-range charts, even besting the likes of the Poco X3 Pro with its Snapdragon 860. And GPU-wise, while it isn't top dog, it's right up there in the number 2 spot behind the Poco. This is one capable mid-ranger that can handle anything you can throw at it, and we didn't notice any thermal throttling in our testing either. Powering the device is a 4250 mAh battery, and even though this is smaller than what you'd find in many other mid-rangers, the battery life is still great. The Mi 11 Lite 5G scored an endurance rating of 106 hours in our proprietary tests. With the included 33-watt charger, charging speed isn't incredible, but is still pretty fast. We were able to charge the phone from 0 to 58% in half an hour. Alright, let's move on to the cameras, which are the same as on the non-5G model. There's a 64MP quad Bayer main cam, an 8MP ultra wide-angle cam, and a 5MP tele-macro cam which has autofocus. Photos from the main cam come out at 16MP by default, and they are stellar for this class. There's great resolve detail and punchy colors, balanced sharpness, low noise, and wide yet natural looking dynamic range. If you have enough light, portraits look good, with plenty of detail and nice colors. The edge detection does a decent job, though it isn't always on point around the hair. The 8-megapixel photos from the ultra-wide cam are decent for the class, with good contrast and a wide dynamic range. Close-up shots taken with the telemacro cam are pretty good. You get nice contrast and great looking colors. However, even though there is autofocus, we found ourselves often having to take multiple photos to get a sharp result. Let's move on to low light shooting with the main camera. The Mi 11 Lite 5G comes with auto night mode like the regular Mi 11. However, it seems the mode hardly ever kicked in, and generally nighttime photos come out without it. Still, it seems to improve exposure in subtle ways, so we'd leave it on. Overall, low light photos look very good for the class, with balanced exposure, true to life colors, and low noise. There's a decent amount of detail, but it's not flagship level. You can also force the dedicated night mode, which takes about 2 to 3 second exposures. These are not only brighter, but you get lower noise and better defined details. With the ultra-wide camera at night, it doesn't seem like auto night mode is doing much. The photos are dark, noisy, and soft. Turning on manual night mode gives you a more usable result, with brighter exposure and wider dynamic range. However, these are still quite soft overall. Selfies are taken with a 20-megapixel front-facing cam, and these are great. While they aren't the sharpest selfies we've seen, they are some of the most well-balanced and natural-looking, with a wide dynamic range. Video can be shot with the main camera in up to 4K at 30 FPS, and the quality here is excellent. There's a ton of detail, spot-on sharpness, low noise, nice colors, and wide dynamic range. And there's support for EIS too. The ultra-wide records 1080p videos, and these are okay for this class. The footage is sharp, even a bit over-sharpened, and colors are true to life. The contrast and dynamic range are okay too. Just like the flagship Xiaomi Mi 11, the Lite version supports special video modes you can play around with. These include Magic Zoom, Slow Shutter, Time Freeze, and the Inception-like Parallel World. However, probably the most useful effect is the night mode time-lapse, which stitches together night mode photos into a striking 4K video. So that's the Xiaomi Mi 11 Lite 5G. It has a beautiful glass design, an excellent high refresh rate OLED, loud stereo speakers, great battery life with decently fast charging, and excellent photo and video quality from the main cam. And compared to the 4G version, you get a much more powerful chipset. It's overall an awesome package that's hard to beat, though you can actually find plenty of alternatives from Xiaomi itself. Their mid-rangers are just that competitive this year. However, I think that at this price, the combination of a fast chipset and a great camera is enough for the Mi 11 Lite 5G to be worth its own recommendation. Thanks for watching guys, stay safe and see you on the next one.